friends? How you doing today? I'm here. I'm here, and I'm doing super good because I'm just kicking back and relaxing and checking out things I got in the mail today. And I'm really glad that I got you here to see what I purchased. To say see what came in the mail today, because I don't know about you. As far as a collector goes, please comment below. How deep of a collector are you? Okay, that's my question for today. Do you get stuff in the mail every single day? I mean, like one package or two packages. You getting stuff in the mail every day? Are you out shopping for this stuff every single day? Are you as addicted as I am? Okay, because we got these YouTubers that have all these awesome titled names because they're these shopping videos and CDs and nostalgic different types of things, toys or media, whatever it might be. But are they really taking it to the limit like I am? I mean, I'm talking, I get at least one package in a day, at least one. And that's very moderate, okay? And my wife likes to tell me, I notice you get packages in every single day. And I'm like, yeah, but they're cheap. I'm like, paying maybe like $5, I'm paying $10, whatever. She goes, yeah, but it adds up. I'm like, yeah, but you going out to eat and have coffee every day and having lunch at this place every day, and that stuff adds up too. I'm not eating lunch and I'm not having coffee. So in a way, we're got like a trade-off thing going on here. I buy my media, and you go buy your $3 cup of coffee, and I buy my $4 movie. You know what I mean? And I'm happy, you're happy. We get together and we be happy together. Yeah. But I is anybody else at this point where you go out to the mailbox, and I actually had to I actually had to build a mailbox outside. Okay, now this what I have outside is not a normal mailbox, my friends. Oh, correction, I have a normal mailbox, but that thing is very rarely ever used. I actually talked to the mail person one day, and he left me one of those carrying cases for the post office. One of those big mail carriers there. And I had it on my porch. I screwed it down because sometimes the wind would blow it around. I screwed it to my porch and everything, and they would drop all my mail into this little carrier thing. And then eventually it started to deteriorate. After years, the weather, it started falling apart. So what I did, I took a razor knife, I cut out the mail service thing on the front. I bought a brand new thing from Walmart, a new tub, and I glued it all on in different directions. I made it look absolutely beautiful, screwed it down to my porch. It's been there ever since. And that's where my mailman leaves my stuff, because my mailbox ain't big enough to hold all the crap that I get on a daily basis. So what I want to know is, are you guys receiving this much crap in the mail? And let me make this very clear. I'm purchasing this stuff. This is coming out of my pocket. Okay, I'm not getting the freebies from all of those people that those wonderful flipping friends that I like to watch on TV, where they're like, oh, you just sent me this big box full of stuff so I can sell and make a lot of money off of you because I'm just a dirty scumbag. No, I'm not that guy. Okay, whatever comes in the mail for me is something that I purchased for myself. Okay, I don't get any freebies in the mail. Okay, everything is hard work in me. Hard work in me. What is that? That's
soft-hearted me, hard-working me, clean living, thrifty, and kind as can be.
I think that was from Scrooge. I got some Christmas stuff on my brain. I watched a lot of Scrooge movies this week, but it's funny, 'cause I watch Scrooge movies even when it's not Christmas time. So I just keep watching Scrooge movies all year round because it puts me in check there. I'm like, make sure I'm not gonna be visited by three ghosts, because if I end up being like these scumbag flippers that are selling this, they're buying their stuff for $2 and flipping it for 50, then I gotta be visited by three ghosts, and I gotta keep my head in check. So yes, I have a strict diet of Scrooge movies all year round and Little House on the Prairie, and I'm good. But I got stuff in the mail. Woo, I've been rambling on, and I want to show you the stuff I got, because some of the stuff's pretty cool, and I'll tell you the stories behind it, because that's what I do. Because movies are memories, and the people that watch this channel, you gotta understand that these are my core memories. Okay, if you watch that Inside Out movie, movies are my core memory. Like, me and my wife went out the other day. We went out, and when the package comes in the mail, I'll be able to explain a little bit more. But we ended up going on a little bit of a ghost hunt. Okay, went on a ghost hunt at the Lizzie Borden house. Okay, where the Lizzie Borden murders took place. And my wife's like talking to me. As we're going through the whole thing, we got our PKE meters, and we're looking for with dowsing rods. And we're asking the ghost questions and everything. She's all excited, and I'm joking around with the ghost and everything, and I'm having a good time. But in my head, I'm like, what am I gonna do to keep this moment in time? What movie would I purchase to remember that we went to the Lizzie Borden house together? Because we don't do this all the time. This is something that we've only done once, and I want to have a memory. And what do I need in my collection to seal this in my core memory of collections of movies. Now I'm like, I already own Lizzie Borden with Elizabeth Montgomery. I already own Lizzie Borden with Christina Ricci. So what would I do? And so I asked the wife. We get out of the thing. She's all excited. She's like, "That was the best thing. Oh, it's amazing. I absolutely loved it." I'm like, she goes, "What are you gonna buy?" Because right away she knows I gotta get a core memory to remember the night. And we don't buy souvenirs. We ain't paying $50 in the gift shop for the Lizzie Borden bobblehead, okay? Because that's just gonna end up going in a bin somewhere, whatever. But the movies, they get displayed and they get in my core memories. And she's like, "Oh, did you ever see the Lizzie Borden movie with Kristen Stewart?" Kristen Stewart. I'm like, "Oh yeah, the girl from Twilight that can't act, the one that plays the same exact role in every single movie." She's like, "Yeah, I'm Kristen Stewart. I'm Joan Jett." And in the next movie, she's like, "Yeah, I'm Kristen Stewart. I'm in Twilight. Yeah." And I guess she was in a Lizzie Borden movies where she's like, "Yeah, I'm Kristen Stewart, and I play the maid, not Lizzie Borden."
It's not you, it's me, right? Really?
You know, it's like her terrible acting. You know what I mean? So she's like, my wife's like, "Yeah, there's a Kristen Stewart movie, and it's got the girl from Kids in it, and you might like it, and you might want to check it out." I'm like, "I don't own it. I don't own this." Okay. So on the ride home, I find it. I think it was used $5. There's my core memory on the shelf. We're good to go. So I went out a little bit like that, but this is what collecting's all about, man. It's not about just having the item. It's about having the memory. And the memories to me are important because as you get older, your memories start to slip. Okay, I'm getting older. My memories are starting to slip. But when I put my physical hand on a title, I can, it's strange, my friends. Like I'll put my hand on something and I'll pull out like Silver Bullet from the thing and I'm like, "Oh, I remember that time when it was a cold day and I had my kids all in the bedroom and we were all sitting there. We had the windows open and it was almost Halloween and they all sitting on the bed. I had a couple of them sitting on the floor and they were all excited and we watched Silver Bullet and they were all scared. It was like 2 degrees in the room and they had covers all over them and they're all covered up and memories, okay? Core memories. That's what we're looking for, and that's what I got going on here. I got some core memories. So I got a couple more other pickups here. Okay, I got a movie, Johnny Depp movie that came in, called Public Enemies, which to me is another Johnny Depp movie that I'm adding to my collection. I've never seen it before, but it's Johnny Depp. And is there a code in it that works or doesn't work? It says digital something here. Nope, it's a digital transfer. It's a digital copy disc, so that is not going to help you guys out whatsoever. And I will show you that just so you know there is a digital copy disc. If it was a digital download, you would have that. And I got one more that I want to talk to you about, and I think it's kind of cool. It's a movie called Zebrahead. Now, once again, to go with the core memories, to go with the what was going on in my life. A few weeks ago, or maybe 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, I got that which we do not speak of. You know what I mean? I got vaccinated, okay, and then I got that we do not speak of, and
We do not speak his name.
so I don't get pulled off of YouTube. And I told my wife, I said, after being in the hospital, having problems not breathing, you go into the hospital nowadays, and they tell I'm holding this up yet. I'm messing everything up. I didn't even introduce it yet. But anyway, the way it works now is you go into the hospital, you can't bring people in the hospital with you, so you're going to hospital, you're there alone, and I'm in the hospital, and I am in hospital mode, I can't breathe, okay, I stayed up all night, couldn't breathe, and I was like, I have a problem. There's definitely a problem. I tested positive. I'm like, there's a problem. Nowadays when you test positive, they're like, "Oh, just stay home and just treat it like it's the flu, and you just rest, get a lot of rest and everything." And I was doing. I follow every rule to the T. I'm like, I'm stay home. I'm gonna rest. All of a sudden, I became like the king of eating vitamin C. I'm like, I'm down in bottles of vitamin C, and I'm down in bottles of vitamin D, and I'm drinking orange juice and everything, and I'm trying to kill this bug that's eating me alive and everything, and I'm having problems breathing. And then all of a sudden the wife gets it, and then all of a sudden one of the kids gets it, and I'm like, oh, we all got it now, we're all getting it, and I'm like, I'm trying to fight it off. It ain't working, okay? So I'm up one night and I'm gonna leave. I'm getting maybe a little anxiety. I'm gonna watch some TV and I'm gonna get this breathing thing going on. Well, couldn't get the breathing thing right. Ended up in hospital. They tell the wife, I can barely talk. After I'm done getting checked in, they tell the wife she got to leave. She's gone. I'm there, and I'm like, this is it. I'm not making it out of this place alive. And I had a moment. I had a moment in my life where I was like, you know what? Life is way too short. Okay? Life is way too short to be worrying about all the petty things in your life, man. People get up in the morning, they worry about their money, they worry about their jobs, they worry about their cars, they worry about their kids, they worry about every single thing. This is what I do on a daily basis. I get up in the morning, and before I even leave the bed, my worries are just piled up. I mean, it's like sometimes I can't get out of the bed because the worries are on top of me. I'm like, oh man, we got to pay the cable bill today. Oh man, the kids have to get dropped off over here today. Oh man, I can't even get out of bed sometimes. I'm like, oh, I got work today, and this one's not gonna be there. I'm gonna have this problem with this today, and they got this kid coming, and all kinds of stuff going on. And I reached a moment, okay, when I'm laying there in the hospital, and I don't know if you ever reach this moment in your life when you reach the I don't care in your life. You know what I mean? It's like one time I had kidney stones really bad, and my wife takes me to the hospital, and my backside's hanging out, and for some reason there was no room, and they put me in the hallway, and my backside's hanging out, and my wife's like, your backside's hanging out, and I'm like, I'm in pain. I don't care. I don't think I'm gonna make it out of here alive. I think I'm dying. Okay, I don't care if my backside's hanging out. I don't care anything right now. If my backside's hanging out, maybe someone come by, give me a shot, make the pain go away, because it hurts. It hurts really bad. So that's where I was at this point when I'm dropped off at the hospital, can't breathe, and I'm gasping for air and everything. And they're like, and the people at the hospital, they're really very compassionate. I mean, the people that are registering you in there, because they want to know how you're gonna pay. They want, yeah, I can't breathe, and my blood pressure's way too high, and oh yeah, sir, okay, and what is your insurance? My insurance is that if you don't treat me really crude, I assure you I'm going to die. Can you please just get me the thing? I don't care about the insurance right now. I'll pay whatever you want me to pay. I don't care. You're at that point in pain where you're like, just do what you got to do. So they check me into the thing, and I can't breathe. Okay, so they're like, do you want to lay down, sir? I'm like, no, I'm not want to lay down, because every time I lay down, I can't breathe. Okay, I have a problem breathing every time I lay down. So please don't make me lay down. And they're like, oh well, we have to get the IV in you, and you have to lay down so that we can get the IV in you. And I'm like, listen, okay, I'll lay down so you can put the IV in me, and we're gonna be good. And I'm like, okay, with the IV in you, we're gonna try to calm you down. We gotta get you full of your medication for your high blood pressure, because your blood pressure's high, is setting off our alarms. And we're gonna get some fluids in you because you're a little bit dehydrated, and we're gonna put some painkiller in you because you're in a lot of pain. I'm like, yeah, painkiller, yeah, give me some painkiller. Blood pressure's high, I don't want to die. Yeah, you can put some blood pressure stuff in there. Hopefully you can find my vein and put the IV in there. I'm good. So then, like 15, 20 minutes later on, and then I'm now sitting up in the bed because I can't lay down. I can't lay down. I can't breathe. So the guy comes in, the doctor comes in. He's like, they always do that knock on the door thing. And I'm like, I know who you are. I know it's the doctor. I could hear you talking as you were going down the hallway. So I knew you were coming to me eventually. I know you're the doctor. So I don't understand. Excuse me. Yes, I'm ready. I've been sitting here for like 2 hours. Okay, I've been in here for 2 hours. I'm no better looking than I was when I first got dropped off. It's not like I just did my hair and I'm sitting here in my Johnny with my back end hanging out, waiting for you to assist me. Comes inside. He's like, well, we're going to give you this tested infusion thing that would. I'm like, infusion, wait a minute, I heard about this. I heard Joe Rogan talking about this thing. Joe Rogan got the infusion, right? Did he? And he's like, oh yeah, Dr. Joe got the infusion. I'm like, then give me whatever Joe Rogan took. I said, I'll take anything Joe Rogan takes. I don't care. I like Joe Rogan. He's a good guy. I think he's funny. I've been listening to his comedy for years. Give me whatever Joe Rogan has. I said, make this pain go away. I don't care. I just want to be able to breathe. I said, so inject me whatever you want to inject me in. You already got a line going in my arm already. Put whatever you want to put in it, and we'll be good to go. And that's what they did. And then they're like, well, we gotta after we put it in, because it is still in the testing process and everything. We have to wait 15, 20 minutes or after it's done to make sure that you're still okay. And I'm like, well, I've been waiting here for 2.5 hours. I might as well wait another 15, 20. So the good news is you tell me I'm gonna live for the additional 15, 20 minutes. So I know I'm gonna get out of here. And they're like, oh, and I'm like, listen, listen, the way I am here live and talking to you guys is the way I am in person. So I'm sitting there. So first thing, right, nurse comes in, and I'm like, listen, I know this has been going on for a while. On a scale of 1 to 10, am I gonna die? She's looking at me. She's like, You know, we had a guy that came in yesterday, asked the same question. He's like, on a scale of 1 to 10, you know, how bad am I in this situation? And I was like, you know, you're probably at like a 4. So I'm like, okay, well, we'll play that game. I'm like, so let's make believe I'm that guy. I said, on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad am I right now? She's like, well, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would say you're like a 2. I'm like, well, 2's good. The other guy's not here anymore. I'm taking his place, and so obviously he made it out alive. So I'm gonna make it out alive too. So yeah, inject me whatever you need, inject me with, and I'll be on my way, and I'll live happily ever after. Well, it wasn't happily ever after because for like 2 weeks after that, I'm still having breathing problems. 3 weeks, I think it was like 3. I don't know if I'm like week 4, whatever. I'm still having some kind of breathing issues. So it's not a good thing. So do what you got to do. That's my public service announcement. But the deal is I left the place with this whole new outlook on life. You know, I'm like life can end tomorrow. You know what I mean? This could be it. I mean, I got 4 kids. And this could be it, you know. I mean, I got things to do, and this could be it, you know. And am I wasting my life doing this? And am I wasting my life doing that? Why am I constantly worrying about this? Why am I constantly worrying about that? What is my problem? Why am I having so many problems? Why am I so worried about things? Why are my kids so worried about things? Why, when life goes on and then all of a sudden it just stops, you know, you don't know when it's going to stop. It's like rolling the dice, you know. And I every day, every morning I get in the morning, I thank God for another day, and I roll the dice to see if I'm going to make it through to another day. And no matter how good or bad, before I go to bed at night, I'm like, I'm thankful for another day. So what happened was, if you notice, the breathing still there, still breathing still ain't too good. So I come home and I sit down with the wife and we have a moment. We have a moment, okay? Because sometimes wives and husbands and wives, they have moments, okay? And I'm sitting there with the wife, and I'm standing. We're actually standing because it was one of those tearful moments. And I'm letting you into my personal life here, okay? And tell me if you ever had one of these moments where your wife, where you call her over and you're like, listen, honey, we got to talk. We got to talk because I'm having some discrepancy in the force. You know what I mean? There's a problem in the force, and I'm having an issue in my life, and I want since you're here with me, and we're on this journey together. You know, for better, for worse, the death do us part. And some of my choices might put us in a bad situation, and death might do us part.
There is a great disturbance in the force.
So I'm telling her this stuff, and I'm like, listen. I want to start enjoying life. I want to start enjoying things. I want to start doing things. I want to start spending more time with you. I said, the kids are getting older. They're getting older, and they don't care about us anymore. Okay, they're reaching that point where I don't know where they are half the time. And then when they're here, they're not happy with us to begin with. And when they're not here, I don't even know where the heck they are. And they're going out, and they're going here, they're going there, they're going. And I'm like, okay, they can go and do all this stuff. But meanwhile, we're sitting around waiting to give rides, waiting to do this. No. Okay, life is too short. I'm getting older. You're getting older. Okay, we should be enjoying ourselves. We should be doing things that we've not done before. Like I'm not saying I'm gonna go jump out of an airplane. Okay, I'm not gonna jump out of an airplane being strapped to somebody's back. I ain't gonna do none of that crazy stuff. I ain't gonna go bungee cord jumping. I ain't gonna go swimming with the sharks. That stuff ain't happening. But after I got done telling the wife conversation, and tears were flowing. You know, she's like, "Hey, Michael Rappaport is performing at the Comedy Connection." I'm like, wait a minute, Michael Rappaport? My Michael Rappaport? Michael Rappaport, the guy from all the movies I used to watch when I was a kid? That Michael Rappaport from Higher Learning? Michael Rappaport? Zebrahead Michael Rappaport? Is that who you're talking about? That Michael Rappaport? Yes, that Michael Rappaport. And so she's like, he's performing, and I'm like, how much are tickets? So back in the day before this whole issue, this whole near death experience happened, I was like, I don't want to spend my money on certain things. I'm trying to save my money, you know, for the future, or problems. Something might happen with the car, something might happen with the house, something might happen when I need some money. I need to put it away, I need to keep it away, I need to sit on it. But then I was like, why? Because if something happens to me tomorrow, then what good is this money going to do? Then the vultures come in, start picking at the bones and everything. They start taking stuff from you. My collection's gone. Half of it goes to somebody I can't stand. Somebody comes in the house that I absolutely hate, and now they're wearing my shoes. Yeah, I've seen this happen over and over and over again. I've been part of these things that happen over and over again. Okay? That's what happens. You drop dead, and then people come in, and that son-in-law or sister-in-law, or you can't stand them, or the mother-in-law, whoever it might be, gonna come in the house and gonna take your stuff, okay? And they're gonna be wearing your stuff, and they're gonna be watching your stuff, and they're gonna be playing with your stuff, they're gonna sell your stuff. They don't care about you. And that's what hit me right that day. I'm like, listen, I could drop dead tomorrow, and I got stuff, but we need to make some memories. We need to take, because when I go, I ain't taking the stuff, I'm taking the memories. Whew, that was deep. that was a deep thing. So she's like, okay, Michael Rappaport's perform. Now I think Michael Rappaport is hilarious, okay? If you don't know who Michael Rappaport is, you should. He's been around forever, okay? He's been in so many movies. It's ridiculous. You look on Internet Movie Database. I'll put a picture of him over here like I always do because he deserves the props. But I go to see the stand-up show, and it was hilarious. Hilarious. I mean, I laughed out loud. It was great. Okay, now I don't agree with everything that he says. I'm not a political guy, but I don't agree with all of his political stuff. There, I'm not a sports guy, so when he tells sports jokes, I'm not all on board with the sports jokes. But he's a funny guy, and he's a smart guy, and he's a thinker, and I love smart thinking guys, and I think Michael Rappaport is a smart thinking guy. So as I'm at the thing, there's a question and answer period at the end, and he's like, anybody got any questions for me? And I'm not that type of guy. I'm not that ask a question guy. But I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, why hasn't Zebrahead gotten a Blu-ray release? Because I wanted to complete my Michael Rappaport collection because I was out with the wife in Movies and Memories, and I ended up ordering this Zebrahead DVD. Now I haven't purchased a DVD online forever, and to be perfectly honest with you, it's a DVD. And I think I paid like $12, $13 for it. So it's definitely an out of print DVD. You can't find a lot of DVDs anyway, but I'm saying, I'm pretty sure it's out of print, and it's never gotten a Blu-ray release. I checked. I don't know why. And I never seen the Michael Rappaport. I hate when I do that. I have not seen this movie since it would have been 1990. I think I saw this movie in like 1993. 92. We're talking years ago. So it was like briefly in my mind in between the Boys in the Hoods and the Higher Learnings. And let me get the rest of my head there. The Mo Better Blues, Do the Right Things, School Days, all that Spike Lee stuff. All the stuff that I was watching back in the day. And that's what I was watching. All that Spike Lee stuff and all of that John Singleton stuff and all of that classic stuff like that. That's what I was into. And I had this one I remember watching. I want to say I watched the same day I watched Kids. And I haven't seen it in years. And I was like, I don't have that in my collection. I'm going to see Michael Rappaport. I need a core memory. I need to find Zebrahead. And that's what I did. I went out and I purchased, and I didn't even, it's Oliver Stone. It's Oliver Stone Presents Zebrahead. It must have been an earlier Oliver Stone. Because I'll tell you, I got this in the mail, put it in, started watching it, and it was good. It was a good movie, but you can tell it's an early Michael Rappaport film. It's an early, his acting styles are not like 100% yet, you know what I mean? And the other actors, they're not at 100% yet. But the story was classic 1990s, that kind of feel, like the New Jack Cities and the, I hate to repeat myself, New Jack City. I'm trying to look at my up to Crooklyn and Jungle Fever, that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? Good movie, good memory, and I wanted to share that with you. I know I went on a little bit too long here, but I wanted to share you a little bit of my health situation and things that were going on with my health situation. And I kind of hope that it's something to make you appreciate a little bit of something. You know what I mean? It's like, if you reaching a certain age in your life and you got a wife and kids, go do something. Go do something, have some fun, get a little bit out of that comfort zone, enjoy yourself, and thank every day. Be thankful every day you wake up. And that's what I got to say about that. With that said, my friends, I'll be thankful if you hit that subscribe button. Wait a minute. If you hit that like button and you hit that subscribe button. And I will see you later.